In my life, I have experienced very many medical issues. Well, I've never broken a bone or got a really bad disease, unless you count COVID as a really bad disease. And even if you do, I didn't get COVID anyway, so. But one medical issue that I have experienced before, I will never forget. And that is the time when I had a seizure. Now, for the people that don't understand what a seizure is, and I quote, a burst of uncontrolled electrical activity between brain cells, also called neurons or nerve cells, that cause temporary abnormalities in muscle tone or movements, stiffness, twitching, or limpness, behaviors, sensations, or states of awareness. Seizures are not all alike. I just need to give you a bit of backstory before I tell you the real story. So, from age 3 to age 9, I imagined my life as a TV show. And that day, I decided to name the episode Death. Like, for no reason whatsoever, I just named it Death. And to be honest, I wasn't that far from the truth. Also, not to mention, the night before, I accidentally fell asleep with headphones on, and my dad said that it's bad to do that, and I didn't really think of it would do anything, but it did something. I mean, I don't even know if the headphones did that, but still, it's kind of a coincidence, don't you think? So, it was just a normal school day. I was just doing some work, and then I realised I had a snotty nose, so I went to get up for a tissue. And so I was blowing my nose, and then after blowing my nose for a couple minutes, I saw blood on the tissue, and I was very, very confused. And then after that, boom, I was unconscious. I think that there was actually a time between when I saw blood on the tissue and when I had a seizure. But I can't remember that, so. And while I was unconscious for about 10 to 20 seconds, I can remember having a dream. And at the time, I was sitting in the front of my class, and so when I went unconscious, I had a dream where I was floating above my seat, and the whole class was empty, and the teacher's chair was empty, and it was spinning, and the board was a portal. And then my teacher, my TA, was like right next to where I was, and she was waking me up, and like it became part of the dream. I got sucked into the portal, and while I was in the portal, I could hear the teacher scream my name, and as soon as I woke up, I was so confused. So when I was finally awake, as I said, I was very confused. I started shaking and looking around, and I was like, did I fall asleep in class? And I was, because everyone was staring at me, right? Because I was at the front of the class, obviously. And so I thought I'd fell asleep in class. And then I started, like, shaking and shivering, and I had no idea what was going on. So I was sent to the staff room because the staff room was next door. And they gave me a drink and started asking me questions just to make sure I was fine. And then while they were asking me questions, they sent another staff member to ring my mum. Then after they called my mum, I was taken to like a hospital or like a medical place. I can't really remember. But I can remember my mum saying like they need to check me out in case I've got anything wrong with me,
and like they were talking, but I wasn't really focusing on what they were saying. And they said something about a surgery, and I was like terrified, and then I nearly passed out again. But like after that, they did some tests on me. Like they didn't give me a surgery. I don't know what they were on about, but they did some like tests on me, and it turns out I had like a blackout. And back then, I had no idea what it was, and to be honest, I don't really know what it is now. Well, I've got no more to say, so goodbye.